First thing I'm going to do before I do BB cream or foundation or anything like that is change the colour of my brows. Now, if your brows are already brown, then you don't need to do this step, you can completely ignore it, but I'm going to be using a cream concealer to go through it. Once I've changed the colours of the brows, I'm going to go ahead with BB cream, but you can use foundation if that's what you prefer, and I'm going to blend it in with my fingers, and then blend that down into the neck as well so that there isn't a line along the jaw. And I'm going to apply some primer. Before we move on to our eye makeup, we're going to start off with her freckles, and I'm going to be using two colours, a dark brown and a light brown, and you can put this down quite harshly, don't worry about it yet, you just want to get the placement right. And then once you've done that, just dabble your finger over it, blend it out and soften them, and they'll look a lot more realistic. For the eye makeup, I'm going to be using those exact colours. At first I'll be using a light brown all over the lid and blend that out, and then a darker brown as close to the lashes as possible. And then once that's all blended out, I'm going to take whatever's left on the brush and run it just underneath the lower lashes. Once those colours are blended in, I'm then going to go ahead with some black eyeshadow and then line as close to the lashes as possible, but I'm also going to be tight lining a bit, and the easiest way to do this is just to look up into a mirror and then press the brush right into the roots of the lashes, and this will make them look a little bit thicker. And yes, I know it does look a little bit crazy, but it is very effective. With whatever's left on the brush, you just want to run it on the outer corner of the lower lid so that it's a little bit darker, but not as dark as if you'd recently loaded up the brush. Then I'm going to take a beige eyeliner, I'm going to line the waterline, and then using that exact same eyeliner, I'm just going to line the inner corner of the eye as well. I'm just going to cover it, and then with a finger I'm going to blend it out, but you can use a brush as well if you prefer. But if you don't have a beige eyeliner, then what you can use is just a beige concealer, or even just a beige eyeshadow, though you might need to apply it a bit more heavily. Since half her face is going to be frozen, I'm going to put a little bit of white cream concealer all over the lashes. And I won't be going any further with this until I've applied the false lashes first, because it makes more sense to apply this over the lashes rather than on your real lashes, then apply the false ones and then just repeat the whole process again. So you want to put the lashes on first. Last thing I'm going to do for the normal side of her face is use an OCC lip tar, and this is slightly darker than my own lip colour. But then I'm going to use that exact same colour, just whatever's left on my finger, and just dabble it over the apples of the cheeks and blend it out. And you should get that really lovely rosy glow that Anna has. And now we get to do the fun stuff, which is all the ice and the snow. So we're going to start off with a white foundation and then blend that out with anything fluffy which will have a really light touch. We don't want to use a foundation brush, we want that lovely soft blended look. I'm going to start at the bottom of the jaw and then blend that up, and we're not going to be covering the whole of the face, we really want it to look as if it's spreading up from the neck. So I'm going to start off at the jaw, blend it out towards the chin, and cover most of my cheek towards the edge of the eye, but we don't really want it to go over the nose. And you're going to blend that out. Don't forget to run it through the hair as well so that it doesn't look completely odd. It needs to blend in with the side of the hair. And before you forget it, don't forget to cover the ear as well, otherwise that will look a little bit odd. I'm going to use the white cream concealer on the brow again, and I'm just going to press it onto the brow. I don't want to run it through, otherwise it's just going to erase the colour we already applied before. And then I'm going to be using a shimmery light blue on the edge of the jaw, and then also on the very top of my cheekbone. And then whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to start at the inner corner of the eye and then brush that underneath the eye, and it's going to be very light, but it will make a difference. On the inner corner of the eye, I'm then going to take a silver eyeliner, and again I'm going to blend it out with my finger, and I'm going to put that on the upper and the lower lid as well. And then I'm going to take that exact same colour, but I'm only going to be using it on half of the lips, so on one half of the cupid's bow and then a little bit on the centre on the lower lip, and blend it out. Now for a little bit of glitter, I'm going to be taking a white glitter, and this is cosmetic glitter, it's not regular glitter. You cannot use regular glitter near your eyes, you do not want that in your eyes, trust me, it will cause a lot of damage. So if you're going to be putting glitter on your face, it has to be cosmetic. And I'm going to put that all over the frozen side of my face. For the rest of the face, if you want to get that cracked ice look, there's 3 things you can do. You can hand draw it, but obviously not everyone has the time or can do this. Or you can use a stencil, but one other trick that you can do is to take a fan brush and then just in a circle dabble it so that you still get that cracked effect, but it's very easy to do. And then over the hair I'm going to add a little bit more of silver cosmetic glitter. And that's it, you're done!